Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your positive tarot reading spread. Um, for your past, you get the Nine of Swords. The Eight of Swords usually means somebody who is consumed by certain beliefs, but Nine of Swords is somebody who is consumed by certain beliefs at night. So, in the past, you could have been consumed by negative beliefs for a long time. The advice from this card for the past was to find something good in your life. It kind of reminds me of when I first started college and I felt kind of depressed. And I started talking to a professor who helped me with getting adjusted to the college campus. And we would talk nearly every day. And he was something good in my life, someone actually to think about that was positive, that motivated me to get up in the morning. Um, so, regardless of whether you find a good person or a good thought or a good something, it's telling you to focus on a good thing. And for some reason, I'm getting that song in my head from the Sound of Music. These are a few of my favorite things. You notice how in the movie she focused on some good things and then her life didn't feel so bad. So, the advice from this card for the past was to focus on something good. Now, I don't know what kind of beliefs you were struggling with, Sagittarius. Sometimes we carry beliefs from the past, not even our past, but maybe from generations past of what other people believed. And we let those beliefs influence us sometimes. For your present, you get the Lover's card. You will be called on to make a choice, making a choice. Now, in the future, Sagittarius, you're going to be happy with the Sun card. There is either going to be a pregnancy or good fortune in the future. Your attitude about everything right now is the Queen of Swords. You could be working on something, possibly finishing up a degree, or you've come to a point in your life where you see through other people and their intentions, you know their agendas, you know their motives. You just see through them. And this is not a motherly card. This is one of somebody who is very knowledgeable, very articulate, somebody who is a great conversationalist, can talk to you about a wide variety of things. This is either your energy or someone else's energy. So, if this is not your energy, you could be focused on a Queen of Swords at this time. What's influencing you is Ten of Pentacles. You could be starting something new, and 10 also signifies an ending. So, you could be going through an ending and you're starting a new beginning. And it's advised to use your resources from the past, what you used to be in, to start a new beginning. For example, you could be moving your stuff to another house. But regardless, Ten of Pentacles talks about starting something new. That's what's influencing you. Your obstacle right now is the Four of Cups. You could be feeling self absorbed at this time. And if you're not self absorbed, you could be the type of person that's involved in other people's lives too much. Like maybe you focus on other people as a way to cope with your life. We've all done it. I watch Dr. Phil sometimes, and I like watching other people's problems instead of focusing on mine. So either you're too self-absorbed at this time, or either you are doing the opposite, which is involving yourself in too many other people's lives. Interesting. The advice for Four of Cups is to be grateful for what you have at this moment. The outcome of everything is the King of Swords, and the advice from the King of Swords is to be clear about what it is you really want. And also, you may want to seek professional advice. whether it's from a lawyer or someone else. If this is not someone else, this could be you being very logical from, I don't want to say from the get go, because that would have been from the past as well. I want to say it could be you being very logical from here on out, is what I'm saying. What you don't see coming is the star. Star. Now, the advice from the star card is to ask for help when you need it, but it is also to listen to the purest of your dreams. Okay? So, when I think about listening to the purest of your dreams, it kind of reminds me of psychology. And when we talk about psychology, psychology is usually about analyzing people, learning people, getting to the root of certain problems. So, with the star card and, trying to analyze your purest of hopes or wishes or dreams, what did the card say? It said, listen to the purest of your dreams. We want to get to the root of those dreams, Sagittarius. So, for example, if your dream is to get married, why is your dream to get married? Is it because you want to be happy? Because there are other ways of being happy besides getting married. So, it's just about getting to the root of your dreams. And you don't see that coming. You don't see that you're finally going to get to the root of your dreams and you're going to heal. I'm not saying it's a bad idea to get married or to want to be married. You just have to examine your intentions for it. If that is one of your goals. Um, but let's clarify these cards because I'm new to analyzing things as well. And we can only go so deep, right? So, with the Nine of Swords energy, in the past, you were consumed by negative beliefs for a long time. Okay. These negative beliefs could have involved an opportunity for growth with the Page of Swords, opportunity for growth. It's almost like you wanted to grow in a certain area, but you were kind of unsure about it. Because we also get the Chariot card. Maybe you were unsure about having a victory or traveling to go see somebody. And we also get the Five of Cups card. There's some regret there. It could have been a missed opportunity in the past. And so it was a missed opportunity for growth in the past. And the advice from the Five of Cups is to stop obsessing over what went wrong and remind yourself to value what you have. So, again, a card about being grateful for what you have. The Five of Cups says that you may be separated, but all is never lost. So, even though in the past you felt really bad about something, it's telling you not to be so down to where you think that you've completely failed. Because I mean, there are other opportunities out there, right? I mean, if you miss the boat per se, whatever that phrase or colloquialism is, whatever it's called, if you miss the boat, there will be other boats out there, I'm sure, Sagittarius. But I don't really want to get too deep into the past because the past is the past. Let's focus on the now. And for the now, with the present, you have a decision to make with this Lover's card. Now, what happened in the past was out of your control. Because with that Wheel of Fortune, it's usually something happening that's out of your control. Maybe the person, if this was a person you were dealing with, maybe they just needed time to grow. And that's what happens sometimes, Sometimes it's not about us. Sometimes we could be dealing with somebody who needs time to grow. And if this wasn't about a person and it was about a job opportunity, there will be other job opportunities out there, I'm sure. Now, for the Lover's card, where you're making a choice in the present, we have the Three of Cups, Three of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the Empress. So, this is either your energy or someone else's energy. But the Empress is somebody who knows their worth, knows their worth. I think it's your energy. I think you know your worth in a certain situation. And with the Seven of Cups, you have a lot of options, but it's telling you not to be delusional about your options, to actually make a choice and make concrete plans to be with that choice. We also have the Three of Cups. What is the advice from the Three of Cups card? I see that card a lot. What is the advice? It's another card that's telling you to give thanks to the people in your life for your blessings. This card may represent the start of a professional project with collaborators. And you could be experiencing abundance in your relationships. The happiness you feel is lasting and will be shared by the people around you. Okay. So in the present, it talks about happy times. You're having happy times with your friends. Now, in the future, you are going to be happy with this Sun card. This is either going to be a pregnancy or wealth coming in, pregnancy or good fortune. Let's clarify that. With the Sun card, we get the Temperance card, Page of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. Somebody could be coming forward to you and apologizing. And they could be telling you that they love you, but that they're changing. Let's get some advice from the Five of Pentacles. This is a new awkward beginning. And the advice is to hold what you cherish, not just material things or people, but your ethics and values as well. So, to me, this advice is saying that if you're the one apologizing, still hold on to your ethics and values. It's okay to apologize, but don't bend over backwards apologizing to somebody. Like it. Don't compromise your values just to prove that you're sorry about something. The advice from the Temperance card is to think of the possibilities available to you. Have faith that the life you've created has the elements you need to evolve. It's just a matter of putting them together in the right amounts. So, in the future, you have opportunities for growth. Even though in the past you may have missed a certain opportunity for growth, in the future, you're still going to have more opportunities for growth. You just have to figure out how to balance out certain things. Maybe you need to drink more water. I don't know. It's just you need to figure out how to balance certain things in order to be happy in the future. Now, your attitude right now is the Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords. Okay. Let's clarify the Queen of Swords. With the Queen of Swords, we get the Strength card, the King of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. So with the King of Wands and the Four of Pentacles and the Strength card energy, it's almost like you're really focused on your business at this time. But the advice from the Four of Pentacles is to enjoy what you have. Don't hold on to something so tightly that you're not enjoying yourself. Okay. So I get that whoever this reading is for, you're trying to be strong and trying to be Miss Independent and everything, but maybe take yourself out to eat sometimes or do something special for yourself, okay? Is the advice of the Four of Pentacles. Influencing you is the Ten of Pentacles. Starting something new, possibly using your resources to start a new cycle, using resources from the last cycle to start a new cycle. It kind of reminds me of how in the past there were women out there, and I'm not saying this is you because this was in the past, but there used to be women out there who had a dowry. And they would live with their parents for years and years and years and years and years. And once that cycle came to an end, they would use that dowry to start a new cycle with a husband. And they would be having a new life. So you could be using your resources to start a new cycle to have a new life. Okay. Now, with the Ten of Pentacles, we get the Ace of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Moon card. With the Moon energy, it's telling you that you need to focus on a higher power at this time in order to have victory with somebody. Because sometimes with the Moon energy, we can get kind of hung up on something. And that's when we need to go and focus on source in order to have a victory with the Six of Wands. You could also be focused on self love at this time with the Ace of Cups. But if you're focused on another person, the advice is to focus on source in order to have a victory with this person. If this person is just as spiritual as you are, it could be that that's where y'all meet is together in spirit. I mean, you may have a spiritual connection to somebody that's influencing you. Your obstacle right now is you're either being too self absorbed or either too caught up in other people's problems. Now, Four of Cups is self absorbed, right? But because it's in your obstacles position, it could be that you're not focusing on yourself enough, that maybe you're focusing on other people's problems. The advice from the Four of Cups is to be grateful for what you have. Sometimes people think the grass is greener on the other side and it's not. Or they don't really feel happy with their lives. So they go getting in other people's business. And it doesn't even have to necessarily be a bad thing. Me personally, I like helping people a lot, but I have my own ulterior motive for that, which is I don't like focusing on my problems. But if I were to help everybody, right, and solve everybody's problems, okay, their problems would be gone and mine would still be there because I didn't work on focusing on my own problems. I didn't work on solving my own problems. So at the end of the day, our problems are always going to be there unless we work on them. We get the Page of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. It's almost like something happened in the past that caused you to feel wounded and kind of defensive. And as a result of that, now you want to give and give and give to people, and that's not helping because you need to be giving to yourself and focused on yourself. Um let's get some advice from the Page of Wands. Okay. It could also be that maybe somebody made you an offer in the past and you didn't want it. Maybe you wanted something better. And that could be an obstacle, is maybe you might be always looking for something better. As far as career wise goes, the Page of Wands talks about excitement about work. But the obstacle could be, since, it's in your obstacles position, maybe you're not happy at work right now. The Page of Wands can represent a messenger bringing you new opportunities for self expression. Somebody could have made you an opportunity and you didn't want it, or you made someone else an opportunity and they didn't want it. I don't know what's going on, but I know the outcome is the King of Swords, which is the advice from the King of Swords is to either seek professional advice or be clear about your goals. So if someone was offering you something and you didn't want that offer, you need to be honest about why you don't want that offer and what your goals are. So this person can either back off or fall in line with what your goals are if they really want to help you with accomplishing your goals. And I'm sorry about all the confusion about your obstacle spread. I really think the obstacle is about you giving too much to other people and needing to focus on yourself at this time. The outcome could be that you're approaching someone logically. You could be dealing with the King of Pentacles, or you are a King of Pentacles and you're going to be approaching certain situations logically. You get that Five of Wands card, which tells you to avoid confrontation. And you also get the Eight of Swords card. It's almost like you're stuck in your head about having a discussion with someone that needs to be had, or someone else is stuck in their head about having a conversation with you that needs to be had. What is the advice from the Eight of Swords? It's talking about having clarity of thought. You need to find clarity of thought about what it is you want. Again, being more clear about your goals. What you don't see coming is the Star, which is healing. So, regardless of whether you have a conversation with a certain person or not, you could be healing. And the advice from the Star is to ask for help and listen to the purest of your dreams. Now, I'm not saying this is you, but some people, they do get involved in other people's lives and they act nosy because they want to be involved with somebody else and they're not really happy where they're at, and they look at certain people as if those people would help them to be happier. But happiness does not come on the outside, it comes from the inside. Happiness comes from within. And it's a very difficult concept to grasp. I'm still learning it. There's all these spiritual books out there. And, you would think that, once you read that, you just, a light bulb would flip in your head and you'd get it and everything would be great. But that's not how it works. It takes a lot of hard work to get to this star energy. Clarifying the star card. Um, when the star card says you need to ask for help, it's talking about the justice card, I think, as well as the other clarifying cards. I don't know how to word this. So you may have to ask help from the legal system in making a certain situation fair. You could be healing from something that was just very icky because I get the devil card and the 5 of swords. Okay. What's the advice from the 5 of swords? The 5 of swords talks about compromise. You may have to compromise with somebody in a legal case, and if it's not legal, it's just about compromising for fairness. Whoever this person or situation is you're healing from, they don't really have control over you anymore. Whenever you see the devil card, it means they don't have control over you anymore. And because they don't have control over you anymore, you have to handle certain things on your own. I don't know how to word this. It's kind of like a situation where a lot of people are like, "Oh, the devil made me do it." And you really can't say that anymore when the devil has no control over you anymore because you are healing with the star energy and you're learning about compromising and being fair. So that's all I have, Sagittarius. Thank you for coming to this reading. And I hope things get better for you. But I think this was an overall good reading because you did get the Sun card and the Star card. So you are going to be happy and you are going to be healing. I think it's going to be one of those things where, in the process of you being happy and being with your family and friends, you're going to heal over time and you're just not going to see it. Sometimes we go through certain things, and because we're in those things and we're not on the outside looking in, we're in those things, it's hard for us to see really what's going on, so we have to heal in our own way. I'm not really Miss Popularity, but for me, my type of healing is I read a lot of books and I do a lot of research. And then I'm able to look back on certain situations and I'm able to be like, okay, that's what was happening, and look outside myself once I'm away from the situation. So even though you have regrets about a certain situation, you need to be on the outside looking in to kind of figure out what was going on. Because if you keep going back to the inside, you're not going to do the healing. You're not going to figure out what was going on because you'll be on the inside. You won't be on the outside looking on the inside, if that makes sense. Um, I think a great example of this would be like, say, if you're in a family that fights a lot, you can't really see what's going on because of all the chaos because you're in that family. But if you were a stranger outside of the house and you were looking inside the window at the family, you could see the different things the different family members were doing, and you could analyze things better looking at things from the outside. So I would just say to stay on the outside so you can keep healing. Thank you, Sagittarius.